Hey, what's up guys, it's Jess. Welcome back to my channel. I'm going to keep it rolling with the usual Marie Kondo content. Today I am watching episode 4 or 5. It's called Sparking Joy After a Loss. The description says, a grieving widow gets a fresh start as she learns how to properly store her purses, make a memory box, and say goodbye to the things she no longer needs. So let's get right into that.
This is already set up to be so sad.
She looks so lonely. The episode didn't even start. No one even said anything yet. Wow, I love that she has a positive outlook on this situation and she recognizes where she's at in her life. She mentions, my husband has passed away, my kids are moved out. This is the perfect opportunity for me to make a change in my life. I think by not having so many items, especially so many sentimental items, you're able to appreciate the ones that are really, really special to you more. I feel like with the passing of her husband and even just with her kids moving out, by cleaning up the house and only being surrounded by things that truly make you happy, her mood is, I feel like, it's just going to be lighter and she's going to be much happier as she experiences the rest of her life in that home. I totally agree with that. Oh, I love that item in her home. It's so random, but it's pretty cool. Yeah, it looks kind of weird at the front of the window.
This is a catch-all. Anything you don't know where to put, you put in here.
No, never have those, never have those. I'm like hyper aware of needing to have things in categories and be in a certain spot now because of everything that I have watched recently related to tidying and minimalism. So having like a catch-all bin or a miscellaneous box just biggest pet peeve. What I'm noticing right now is that she has a lot of stuff from her husband and her children, and honestly this house just seems way too big. I haven't seen the amount of stuff she has, but maybe this would be a good time in her life to move to a smaller place and maybe use that extra money saved towards traveling or doing other different hobbies or self-care activities that she truly loves to do and spend her time on. As we navigate through this house, at least so far, it seems like a lot of the rooms are going to be empty space once all of her kids and husband stuff is out of the way. So I don't know what she would turn it into. It looks like a very big house for just one person. So I think by moving out, it would be actually a really great change and experience for her, but I doubt she'll do that. But I'm curious to see what the transformations will be and what those rooms will become, since they belong to the children right now, essentially, and they don't even live there. Ooh, that room looks so nice. I hate that color of the wall so much. It's interesting that you mentioned that, is because that's what I hinted at by moving to a smaller, completely new space. I mean, maybe she has enough funds to not need to sell this house in order to travel, but because that falls into the sentimental category, I think. She's gonna start crying within like the first 5 minutes, and then yeah, I agree.
Oh, this is mortifying.
But that's actually not that bad. I was expecting it to be worse. I don't know if I necessarily like that method, because what if you have bags that are of similar size? Then like that wouldn't really work. But then also you can't easily grab any of the bags. Like, for example, if you want to use the big one that's holding all the little ones inside, you have to take all of those out before you can use the big one. This isn't even a problem for me because I own literally 0 purses, but I love the aesthetic of having a library or reading room in a house, but I don't own any books. I got rid of them. Like, after I read them, like, what is the point in keeping them? To read them again Like, growing up, I've always went to the library to get my books, and after you read them, you return them, so I've never had an attachment to books. I don't have any books. I do kind of like the aesthetic of having a lot of books next to each other, but also I think what I've seen in, like, furniture stores and stuff is they'll have 1 or 2 books set as a decor piece. So I think that would honestly look even better, and it would make the space look a lot more cleaner and a lot more eye-catching, I guess. Like, your eyes will immediately be drawn to those 2 books specifically, as opposed to all of the, like, 50 or so books you have on the bookshelf. Now you gotta wake them up. Maybe she just needs to have that first exposure experience, and then she can get into it. Ooh. I already know this is going to be hard.
It's kind of hard.
Okay, yeah. However, I do kind of agree with what she was saying, where she wanted to kind of tackle those things first, because maybe, like, obviously this is something very meaningful and important to her, but it's attached to her past and doesn't relate to her life in the future, like holding on to the grief and the pain from her husband passing away. So maybe it is important to look through those items first, so that once you finally are able to let go and feel content and satisfied with the work you did, then maybe you can start to focus on yourself from there. Because I can imagine it's probably very hard to focus on yourself and what sparks joy for you if the most important thing that sparked joy for you is now gone forever. That's so brutal. I'm not gonna cry.
My head is full of 40 years of memories. I have that. No one can take that.
Exactly. That's one of the things why I don't, like, attach memories to physical items, or I do, but I don't hold value in the physical item itself, because it's the memory that's what's most important. And if it's a memory that's truly important to you and you cherish with all your heart and your mind and your body, you're not going to forget that, even if you let go of the item that's associated with it.
I feel proud of myself.
I'm proud of you too.
Do I get rid of it now, and if I need it again, I go spend 99 cents and buy a new one?
Yes. It is overwhelming, and it sort of is all on her, even though she does have all of this support. But imagine how much more rewarding it will feel at the end, knowing that this was something she accomplished for herself.
Don't try to focus on what you need to eliminate. Focus on what you want to keep.
That is an interesting way of thinking about it. Like, don't focus on what you want to get rid of, but focus on what you want to keep. Because if you focus on everything you want to keep, everything that's left by default is stuff that you don't need anymore, and you can get rid of that. Wow. I have those same boxes from Michaels. It's so interesting to me because I feel like from each episode, I have one item that is the same from one person in the household.
Am I doing up top or down below?
Yes, please.
Which one?
Yes. That's exactly what I have, by the way. In case anyone's wondering, I have very little physical sentimental items, and the ones that I do, I keep them all in one sentimental box. I don't look at it too often, but when I do, I open it up and it's just boom, like pure sparks of joy. I'm so happy with every item I hold in my hand, and I love feeling the memories associated with those items.
Ta-da!
Oh, that is gorgeous.
Everything to this level means you can work with any space.
Okay, let's see what she turned this into. beautiful. It's so beautiful. I'm gonna cry.
It's my new hashtag. I wrote it. Martin.
Oh. I'm just. I need to take a second. I'm a little speechless right now. Seeing how willing she was and accepting to get rid of those items that no longer served a purpose for her life moving forward was just so impactful. Like, seeing that end change, especially in the flipping craft room, there was like no items in there. Thank you all for watching. I hope you all enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.